Alrighty, so this is going to be my NBA playoffs round 2 predictions for 2014. And before I get started, I just want to say what an amazing first round that was. Wow. Honestly, this year's first round of the playoffs was definitely one of the best first rounds I've seen in a very, very long time. And I'm sure a lot of people could agree to that. It was fantastic. It was so good. There were 5 game 7s, I think, and a lot of games and a lot of series were neck to neck, and even a couple game winners and buzzer beaters or game winners. And yeah, I just thought it was such a good first round series. And as you can see from this bracket in front of us, the teams that I circled, if you watched my first video, the teams that I circled were the ones that I thought were going to win in the first round, and the teams that I crossed out were the ones I thought were going to lose in the first round. And as you can see, I pretty much got most of them except for the Rockets and the Trailblazers. That series was the only one that I missed, and I honestly did not think that the Trailblazers would be able to beat the Rockets, especially in 6 games. I really did not think that they were going to win that series, but I did say that if they played a heck of a series, which they did, then they would be able to take it. And LaMarcus Aldridge put up more than 40 points. He scored over 40 points for game 1 and game 2. Took both road games, which that pretty much won the whole series for them, because I mean the Rockets were going into Portland down to 0-2, and they're playing away. So yes, that series was something I did not expect to happen. And then of course Damian Lillard, game 4 and game 6, pretty much just like he dominated those games, and of course with that game winner in game 6 as well. So yeah, that was a very good series, and it's one that I did not predict, I did not expect to happen. So if anyone called that out before the series started, props to you. That's awesome. But anyway, so moving on to the round 2 predictions. So for round 2, I want to start with we'll start with the Western Conference, and we'll start with San Antonio Spurs and the Portland Trailblazers. All right, so in this series, I don't want to doubt the Trailblazers again like I did in the first round, but it's just really hard to bet against the Spurs. Trailblazers are I actually hope Trailblazers win. I would want them to win, because they're actually the underdog in this case, even though they're also a really good team. But I think that the main reason why the Trailblazers were able to down the Rockets, and that's because the Rockets are not like a veteran team. They got a lot of young players, and they haven't been together for that long. That squad that they have right now is still relatively new, and so it's pretty much like two non-veteran teams, two fresh talented teams going against each other, and so anything's possible. And I think that's the main reason why the Trailblazers were able to win it. But going against the Spurs, they are a veteran team. I'm sure everybody's aware of that, and I don't think it's going to be the same series at all. The pacing of the game's way different. The players are all veterans, and they're the best team in the entire league. So I'm going to have to go with the Spurs on this one. But I do hope that the Trailblazers win it, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm a Clippers fan, like I mentioned in the first video, and I really want the Clippers to win. I would much rather have them win. I want them to win. And the series, the Clippers playing against the Warriors, that was such a good series, and I wish both teams could have moved on, but of course there's only one winner. So, but yeah, the Clippers against the Thunder. The main problem I have with this series for the Clippers, or I think is their biggest issue, is that they don't have someone who can guard Kevin Durant. If you looked at the Grizzlies, they actually had Tony Allen, which did a much better job on Kevin Durant than I expected, and I think most people expected as well. He did such a good job on Kevin Durant. He made him struggle. He was denying him the ball, and even Tayshaun Prince here and there played some pretty decent defense on Kevin Durant. And the Clippers don't have any of that. They have the only person that they can put on him is Matt Barnes, and I mean, even though Matt Barnes is a really hard, like, working defender, he's gonna get torched. Like, I don't think he can do anything to Kevin Durant. And I mean, if you watch like during the season too, like, he cannot do anything to Kevin Durant. And Danny Granger, he's like washed up now. I don't even know what happened to him. He's not. That guy hasn't been doing anything. So I don't know if he's gonna get more minutes to try to guard Kevin Durant. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't think that the Clippers have an answer for him at all, and I think he's gonna actually score a lot of points. And I think that's actually their biggest concern. If they can stop Kevin Durant, the Clippers are such a good team. I think they can win the series. If they can somehow slow him down enough to win the series. Chris Paul is playing pretty well. Blake Griffin, even though he's like banged up, Chris Paul's kind of banged up, but there's really no excuses. He's still a beast. And Blake Griffin's, if the Clippers play well, and they can somehow slow down Kevin Durant, they'll win the series. Otherwise, there's no chance. And that's my prediction for that series. So if I had I want the Clippers to win because I'm a fan of the Clippers. But if I had to place my money, I'd put on Oklahoma. All right, so I'll take the Thunder for that one. All right, so from the Eastern Conference, Pacers and Wizards. Wizards, I predicted that they would beat the Bulls. I did not predict 5 games. That is amazing. Props to the Wizards. Such an awesome team. I really want the Wizards to beat the Pacers. I think they're very capable of doing it. I think Pacers are slightly overrated, and they struggled in round 1 against the Hawks. And I think this was just a bad series for them. They're not gonna. I still think that they're gonna struggle against the Wizards, but I don't think they're gonna play as bad as they did in the first round. They played terrible in the first round. I don't think that they're gonna play that bad again. But I do think that that they will play a lot better, but I do also think that they will struggle against the Wizards. Wizards are actually a lot better than even I thought, and I really hope the Wizards win. I really want them to win. I hope, even though John Wall didn't play that well, he didn't play to his caliber in the first round. They still won. They still beat the Bulls. So because his team is actually pretty good, a lot better than I thought. They're really deep, even on their bigs. Marcin Gortat and Nene are pretty beastly. They played pretty well, especially Nene, even though he got suspended. But anyway, I think that the Pacers are gonna win this one if I had to put money on it. But they're gonna struggle if they do win. I don't think they're gonna win easily. But I really hope that the Wizards win. So I'm gonna go with Indiana Pacers on that one. All right, so this last one, the Miami Heat and the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn, I did predict that they would beat the Raptors. I did not think it would go to Game 7 though. I guess I thought they were better than that, to say the least. Honestly, they shouldn't be in Game 7 against the Raptors, especially a team like theirs. But against the Heat, for those of you who don't know, the Brooklyn Nets are actually 4-0 against the Heat in the regular season. They actually swept them in the regular season 4-0. They haven't lost one game to the Heat, but that's regular season and this is the playoffs, so it's actually a lot different. But just knowing that though, I don't think that even if Miami does win, the Heat win, I don't think it's going to be an easy win for them. It's still going to be a difficult win nonetheless, knowing that they were not even able to take one game during the regular season. But yeah, I mean, out of all the teams on the Eastern Conference, I think that the Nets have the best chance at beating the Heat, and that's actually the reason why I wanted them to beat Toronto, the Raptors, so then they can play the Heat. I didn't want to see Heat versus Raptors. That would have been really boring, at least to me. But anyway, so yeah, I think that if Brooklyn plays, the Brooklyn Nets play a really good series, they can win it. But I don't think they really have an answer for LeBron James. But the thing is that, or like a lot of people realize, is that Paul Pierce plays very well against LeBron James. At least he did when he was on the Celtics. Like, he has more wins against LeBron than LeBron does against him, especially in the postseason. And he always plays very well, even on both ends of the floor, defense and offense. So it'll be an interesting series. Anything can happen. But if I had to put my money, I'd put it on Miami Heat. And yeah, that's that.